Hi, this is Dan with Fairlane Web Consulting, and I want to take a few minutes here to talk to you about your Google Places page. So, first of all, you may be wondering, what in the world is a Google Places page? Well, if you were to search for something, a local business, let's just use Auto Repair Colorado Springs as an example, this might be the page that you would pull up here. And here's what you'd see: the businesses at the top and for the side, at the side for that matter. These are paid advertisements. They're called pay-per-click, and when you click on an ad, it'll take you to the website, and they'll be charged, whatever the going rate is for that ad. Now, right below that are the places pages. Now, since Google owns the search engine, they're the search engine, and they also support the places pages. They rank places pages very highly. They rank them above most websites, and they put them right below the advertisements. So that tells you a little bit about how they feel about this. Now, you can tell these are places pages because you can see the Google reviews. Look at that: 72 reviews, 109 reviews, 30 reviews, 11 reviews. These are all places pages. And you might want to ask yourself, if you were to search for your keyword, where would you find your business? Do you find yourself at the top? Well, if you don't, then let's go a little further here. Let's take a look at where your customers click. Say they do a search, and we'll use pizza this time, but this is called a heat map, and some elaborate software tracks the visitor's eyes as a page opens and records where the focus is. So white gets the least, or actually white gets the most, sorry about that, and gray gets the least amount of interest. So you can see right here it's really focused on one, a little bit on two. And the top three get more than 50% of all business. So people will click on the top three here, and I think I've read studies that it's more like 60%, but I'm going to go with 50% because we want to be real conservative here. But 50%, top three, that's fantastic. We want to be right there. So if you're not in the top three, I think, well, it's a fact, you're definitely losing a ton of business. This just goes to show you that companies can get 10 to 15 new customers every week from top Google Places listings. Now, this is another campaign that we took some data from, and just here's some results. You got 13 calls, 13 calls, you got 10 calls, you got 14 calls, you got 13 calls. Over a period of a month, that's a pretty decent amount of business. And this just goes to show you what can happen when your Places page is at the top. So let's talk a little bit more about a Google Places page. How much can a top ranking for you be worth? Well, we can quantify that. It's easy to put a number on it. For example, let's go back to our Auto Repair Colorado Springs. That's a pretty good keyword phrase. People pay good money to be there, and they want to be on top because obviously it gets the business. So the keyword Auto Repair Colorado Springs gets 880 exact searches each month. Now, Google tells us this. We don't guess. We don't get it from any other place. This is what Google says, how many people are actually typing in, searching for this keyword phrase every month. Those are exact searches: Auto Repair Colorado Springs, in that order. So this is a nice keyword phrase. Now, when you type that in, look who comes up in the first three positions, and there's obviously the number one. One of those top three positions is going to get, I figure, about 20% of the clicks. Okay, so I assume that no matter where you're at, you'll probably get about 20% of those clicks. So we can attach a number to that. So 20% of 880 is 176. Now, let's take this a step further and say that when you type in a keyword phrase this precisely and exactly, you are looking for somebody to repair your car. Chances are you're not just goofing around. You got a problem. You're looking for a good repair shop. That is a steaming hot lead. And I'm going back here. I'm saying convert. If you can convert 10% of those, now that's better than just blind emails, but for a hot lead, I would think you do a lot better. But for this example, I want to be real conservative. So we're going to say 10%. So if you can convert 10% of these clicks to your website, that would be 18 new customers every month. So, and I did some research here for car shops, and please forgive me if this is not right. The information is not I don't know if this is totally correct. It sounds logical that the average service ticket for each new customer is about $450. I mean, it's hard to get out of a repair shop for less than $500-600. So the average new customer spends $450. So if we multiplied that by 18 new customers for this business, that would be $8,100 gross per month. That's about $100,000 extra each year. So let me ask you this: could your business use an extra $100,000 per year? I would say for me, yeah, I think that'd be fine. Well, how about the cost? Of course, we've got to do some work. None of this happens automatically or for free, but it does have a very nice ROI. So I go back to my question here. If someone told you you could trade $10 for a nice, crisp $100 bill, would you do it? I can't think of anybody who would not do it. I would do it, of course. Well, I'm not saying this is the exact ratio, but if we could do something similar, would this be of interest to you? Of course, the example that I gave you is purely hypothetical for the dollar amounts, but the numbers, let's go back. I want to go through the numbers. The numbers we can get for each business niche. So we can make a good guesstimate how much business is out there that we can grab. So that part we know. The dollar figure, that's going to be up to you and your business. So, and let's go back. I can quickly show you how your own unique business niche would respond to a top places ranking based on actual search results like we talked about and your customer average purchases. And to be honest with you, I haven't even included the lifetime purchase. I mean, the lifetime value of a customer, the annual value. I mean, how many times does the new customer come back to the repair shop in a year? He gets a tune-up, he gets a water pump, he gets a timing belt, he gets a clutch. I mean, it could be a few thousand a year, I don't know. But only you would know that, and we could even factor that in better. So why don't you drop me a line and let me show you exactly how a top Google Places page can add revenue to your bottom line, and I can show you a great ROI. And here's something we haven't even talked about yet. You will leave your competitors scrambling because you are going to build yourself up to a top ranking, and they're not. So you'll get the business, they won't. So I appreciate you listening through my little video here. Hopefully it gave you some information that you could use. If you'd like to, please contact me at dan@fairlanewebconsulting.com, or you can just call me 719-761-4862. You can call or text. So would love to hear from you, and I think I can show you something very positive that would actually bring business to you and pay for itself in a real way many times over. Thank you, and you have a great rest of the day.